Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you are welcome. This is a great morning. It's a brand new day that God has given us to rejoice and be glad in it. The Bible says, rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, we want to rejoice in this day because God has put us in it. God has given us this day. We are rejoicing and we are glad in this day that the Lord has made. Oh my God. Welcome to this channel. You are welcome. Feel at home in this channel. And if you are new, you can consider subscribing to this channel on our road to 1K subscribers. Still moving. Welcome and subscribe. Now, today, I'm just here and I'm looking at the goodness of God. And when I see things that God has done, I remember and I see the goodness of God. And that's why I'm looking at Mayuguno's farm. Mayuguno's farm. Oh my God, the maize that is there. Hey, guys, let me show you. Let me show you the maize that is in Mayuguno's farm. You'll be very surprised. This is Kenya where we did not have a harvest just the other day. And today, we are having this farm looking like this Mayuguno farm. You are seeing. Together with you because I'm here, guys. Look at the maize. I thank so much because I'm prepared. Big surprise today. I come to talk with you to make sure I share stories. So, God has given us rains and Mayuguno's farm. As you can see, the trees, the maize. Hey, it's good to have rain. Look at those maize. Look at that maize. It's gonna be a harvest of a season, and we have been suffering without rains, and we have cried unto God. Look at the maize, very strong. And you know, Mayuguno just bought this piece of land just the other day, and now he planted the maize. And as you can see now, the maize is doing so well. It is almost it's yielding. It has flowered. It has it's yielding now. So very soon it's going to be ready. And as you can see, I know his camera is not very stable because he's walking, but you can see the greenery. Look. And when you see that yellowish look on the plantation, that is to show that the maize is almost now getting ready. When it gets ready, it flowers like that, and then the flower starts drying. Then it shows that the harvest is almost, and the maize is almost getting ready. So there's going to be a bumper harvest in Kenya. And this is Mayuguno's home. So I was thinking about Mayuguno, and I looked at his life, and I said, oh my God, God, you are great. Because Mayuguno just bought this piece of land the other day. And on buying the piece of land, first of all, when Mayuguno wanted to buy a residential place, a place for him to live, he went with Marwa and he showed him the house he had found. And I thank God because it was dilapidated, and Marwa told him the truth. He told him, no, Mayuguno, I don't recommend that you buy this house. And that is Mayuguno was excited. This is the place I'm going to buy, and how dilapidated it was. Oh my God, it was like an old rental house somewhere in a very bad place. And Marwa was open enough to tell him, no, Mayuguno, this place, no. You better just look for a piece of land and buy a piece of land for yourself, and then you can build your own home. So that is what Mayuguno did. Because he's a mason, he knows how to build. He's a mason. He says mason or mason, whatever the pronunciation. So Mayuguno went and bought this piece of land afterwards. And you see, it's like the river is near his piece of land, because I see Mayuguno wash his face in the river. Let me show you guys. It's like there's a river just next to his piece of land, because he was just next to his construction site, and a few minutes later he's in the river. You see, he's washing his face, and it means that the river is just next to his plot or his piece of land that he bought. So this place is very blessed. This area is very blessed, and I wish this river was bigger, because it would be a very popular river. As you remember, this is the river where Coco Girl went and washed and bathed with Anne of Mama Ann, the daughter of Mama Ann. They went there and did some bathing in that river. This is where Coco Boy went to wash his underpants and other clothes in the river. This is where every content creator has gone to shoot and to show off the videos in the river. So I wish this river was a big river, because then it would be a very popular river where everybody wants to wash, to bathe. I've seen them. Coco Girl Coco Girl was there bathing in the river, and even the other day she still went to that river, and it was a very nice video. So we have seen Ankomo fetching water from that river. We have seen Mayuguno now in that river, and it looks like his shamba, his plot is touching the river. You know, with Mayuguno, the English is too complicated because it is German and it is Europe. So sometimes you listen and you don't understand because he has too much English. Mayuguno has got too much English. So I was trying to listen to hear whether if this river passes near his shamba, but I have seen, I think his shamba just touches maybe the waters. I don't know whether it touches the waters, but it is near that river, that famous river. And what's the name of that river? Oh, the content creators in Nyabohanse, please tell us the name of the river. There's no river that doesn't have a name. Even my river in my village is called Theta River. And this one, we already know that this is Nyabohanse, but the river cannot be called Nyabohanse River because, you know, it passes through Nyabohanse to other villages also. So it cannot be Nyabohanse River. So Mayuguno was told by Marwa not to buy that dilapidated plot. And he went and bought this land. And on buying this land, he started by constructing a storehouse, because in preparation for the construction of his main house, and the storehouse has been constructed and it is ready. So they were fixing the tiles. Can you imagine? It is ready to a point that even the tiles have been fixed. Hey, don't joke with Mayuguno. Let me tell you, in Africa, when you have a space to sleep like that one, a decent place like that one, then you are very lucky. This is your place where you not even pay any rent. You are very lucky. Mayuguno is a very lucky guy. He has moved within a very, very short, and guys, courtesy of who? If I should say, it is courtesy of you, the subscribers, the viewers, because Mayuguno is now monetized and he's doing very great content. Look at him. He's on his way to 30k subscribers. But it looks like he's a very happy man. And why wouldn't I be happy? If it were me, I would be the happiest mama in the group, because as you can see, he just recently started working for. He moved from working from Marwa's villa when he was a nobody. If I should say, he was a nobody. He was just a top mission there, and he does very good work, by the way. At Marwa's, he did a very good work. Then after that, I think after being paid by Marwa really loved Mayuguno, and I don't know whether Marwa supported Mayuguno in some way or another, but Mayuguno, after working there, he started now looking for a plot to buy, and now, after being advised to buy the farm, the land itself, he bought the land, a very big chunk of land. We have always been shown the land by Mayuguno. He now he started constructing the storehouse in preparation for the main house. And let me tell you guys, Mayuguno has finished that house, and it is not a small. It's not a small house. That's a place where Mayuguno can move in while still building in his. Why should he remain in that place where he has always shown us? Why should he remain there? I think Mayuguno, if I were to advise you now, let me first of all finish telling you this. Mayuguno even installed solar in his house, and there is light. There is even a tank of water is there outside because of the rainwater. He bought a tank and tapped in the water, and now he has the water for use. He has the solar, so he has the lights. And now, because the space is big, and he has not even started buying the materials. Maybe he has started, I don't know, but he has not shown us the materials for the main house. This is a place where he can reside in preparation for starting the construction with his family. And I'm thinking this is what Mayuguno is going to do. So that was not the topic here. The topic is what God can do to you. He can get you from nothing to something. Guys, he will get you from nothing to something. Everybody knew Mayuguno. And for those who did not know Mayuguno, I advise you to go to his YouTube channel. I am Mayuguno, and you are going to see his videos from nothing. In fact, the genesis of his content creation is Marwa. It is Marwa who showed him how to create content. He did not even have the language because, Mayuguno doesn't didn't know English. I don't want to say that he knows English, but he has improved. At least he can communicate. Then, Mayuguno didn't even know how to speak English, and it was like you couldn't understand. He couldn't speak anything. He was keeping on, asking whoever is near him, what do you call this? What do you call this? What do you call this? And the guys were telling him, yeah, in English. In English. And he has a good memory. He has a good head, a good brain, because these days he can construct a sentence. He constructs though I don't know what this like German, like my redeemer. I don't know what it means. I have never known what redeemer means. Redeemer for sehemu. I don't know what it means. But I wish he can polish up. And but anyway, what am I saying? I'm saying he communicates. He entertains his fans. You see, they give him views all the time. All the time they give him views, even with his Redeemer language, his Redeemer for Sehemu language, they give him views. And today, Mayuguno is far, 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 far. I think very soon we'll be booking appointments to go and see Mayuguno, because he's not gonna be just somebody that you can drop in his compound and say, I want to see you without an appointment. The way he has become popular, the way he has risen in views and subscribers, and the way he's doing great and mighty things in his village, you see, he's always with these content creators. In fact, Mayuguno is gifted with talk. He can really talk. Let me tell you, it may be your video, but when Mayuguno is near you, he'll take over. He'll take over and he'll not even let you talk. He will talk and talk and talk. And like the other day he was doing a video with who? Who is this guy? He could not let this guy speak, and it is his video. Until this guy and I kept quiet, because Mayuguno was even preaching the Bible. He was preaching the word of God about Adam and Eve and the garden of how they were told not to eat the fruit of in the middle of the garden. And you can imagine him now with his language. By the time he communicates and passes the message, you will really wait for a very long time. You, the owner of the channel, you who is doing content with him, maybe you wanted to do a parable with him, you will not talk for a whole 1 hour, because Mayuguno will take over, and that is Mayuguno for you. And it is not that I'm saying Mayuguno is bad. I'm saying he is gifted with talk, and he doesn't shy off from breaking English with impunity. He breaks English with impunity, and he doesn't give two hoots about it. He doesn't give two hoots about it. Mayuguno, our Kenyan boy. Wow, rising from nobody to somebody. Look at him, he's now muscular. He looks very muscular and very handsome. And Coco Girl used to tell him all the time, hey, Mayuguno, you are so handsome. You are so handsome. And he was like, oh, like German, like Europe. Mayuguno has become very, very handsome. And because I'm very happy. When YouTube pays you, and can you imagine where God can remove you? Imagine this boy was just there, down there, where nobody knew him. But God located him there. For us who know who God is, and it is not bragging, but I know that God is mighty. I know who God is. God can get you from nobody to somebody. God has done it for Mayuguno, guys. He has done it for Mayuguno. And I don't think we need to be told things, but we can only see with our eyes. And look and see what the Lord has done. Look and see what the Lord has done in Mayuguno. So his house was being swept clean today after they are through with, after them fixing the tiles. It's being swept clean, and it looks like Mayuguno is gonna occupy his house today, because I saw some mattresses. I don't think the camera was intended to show, but I saw some mattresses outside there by the wall, and some beddings. And it's like Mayuguno has moved from his previous home, where he was maybe renting, and has now come to the site where he's building. He may occupy that place permanently now, even as he constructs his house. And this is very, very good. I'm thinking it is very, very good. So, Mayuguno, congratulations. You have made us proud, and we have learned something out of you, Mayuguno. We have learned that God can take you from from nowhere to somewhere. You've been taken from nowhere, Mayuguno, whether you want it or not. It was a nowhere place that God took you from. And today, God has taken you somewhere because He has given you a home for your children and you and yourself, and He's maybe gonna give you a wife. You never know, because I don't know. I don't know. God will order your steps, Mayuguno, and I pray that God orders your steps, because the Bible says the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. The way I listen to Mayuguno, he keeps talking about God. He knows there is God. He knows God. I'm sure he would even want to know more about God. Can you imagine Mayuguno even preaching to us about the Garden of Eden? How Adam and Eve were instructed by God not to eat the fruit. And knowing very well that he doesn't know how to read. If he doesn't know how to speak English, then he doesn't know how to read. So he must have sat somewhere and maybe listened to some preaching somewhere, and even gotten this word that he can even tell people. So it means he has a very good memory and he likes God, because you must have been very interested to listen to know that word, and have it stick in your mind and in your memory that this and that happened in the biblical days. So Mayuguno loves God, and the way I see it, this God who has removed him from wherever he was to where he is today is the same God that is going to take him places. So we look forward to seeing what God is gonna do in Mayuguno's life, and we know he's gonna do good things to him. And I'm still on Marwa's case, thanking him, because if it were not for Marwa, Mayuguno would not have been the Mayuguno we know today. Marwa helped him become who he is today. And by helping him, even with ideas, I don't know whether he assisted financially, but even with ideas to even buy a plot and start his construction site, I think that in itself was a blessing, or is a blessing. I don't know how expensive these farms, these lands, pieces of land in Nyabohanse are, but I'm thinking all these young content creators should think of buying pieces of land there, because it looks like it's very, very affordable. They should think of buying pieces of land there and starting with their constructions. But there are those that are lucky, like Majakei is still in his family's home. The family has a nice home. Look at that maize. Oh my God. I showed you the maize that Mayuguno's farm has. And it looks like God has had mercy. And Kenya is going to have a bumper harvest. After all this that we have gone through, we went through a very, very difficult drought. And it looks like God is going to give us a harvest, because I am Kenyan. I'm not in Nyabohanse, but I am Kenyan, and have seen and have known how hard it was when we did not, how it still is, because there is not a harvest as yet. It's not yet a harvest time. And we have missed a harvest for 2 seasons. And that was the reason why this ugali that we talk about all the time, our ugali went high up to 230 shillings per packet of 2 kgs because of lack of maize. We did not have a harvest for 2 seasons, and we've not had rains. We've not had rains for a very long time. But now, this time, I can see God remembering mercy. God has remembered mercy. There is a harvest. There's a hope for harvest very soon, and we are going to be sufficient with grain. With Kenya, it is just grain, and that's why we talk of ugali all the time, because ugali is our staple food, and when we have maize, then we have ugali, because that is what we grind, and we make flour for making ugali. That's why our popular dish is ugali and sukuma wiki. When I say sukuma wiki, I get to know that there are many types of vegetables in Kenya. Coco Girl, for those that do not know Coco Girl, go check her out. She's a YouTuber, a content creator who is currently in Burundi. Is she in Burundi or Rwanda? No, she's in Burundi. No, she's in Rwanda. Wherever. But she's a good content creator who has visited Kenya many times, about 2 times, and has done content creation with I Am Mayugno and all the other content creators. And he's the one who used to like saying that she eats ugali and sukuma wiki. Sukuma wiki. I personally don't like sukuma wiki. It gives sukuma wiki is kale. For those that don't know, it gives me heartburns. Sukuma wiki gives me heartburns. I don't like it. But there are those people who like eating their ugali with sukuma wiki. Mine is always eaten with these other veggies, the traditional vegetables. I told you I'm going to check the name of kunde. Kunde is what we eat with murenda, and that is the traditional vegetable that we eat with our ugali with. But I don't know the name for kunde, the English name for kunde. I I will check it out. So now, having seen this at Mayuguno's home, I get to know that we are going to have a harvest. You know, us who are in the city, we are not able to tell how the farms in the village are, but we can see it now through Mayuguno's eye. We can see it through Mayuguno's lenses that the village is green and yielding, and we have been having him say how it is raining heavily in the village. So we know that it has been raining, and when it rains, we get the harvest. So it has been raining heavily in the village, and this is what we are seeing as the outcome. Our maize is very green, it's doing very well. So we are gonna see through Mayuguno's lenses that we are gonna have a harvest, and our flour in the supermarkets is going to go down from 230 maybe to 150 per 2 kg packet, because that's what we have been crying. In fact, people have been demonstrating that with sufurias are cooking pots. People have been going to the streets with cooking pots and showing that they are going to showing the government that they are putting pots in the head because they have nothing to cook with those pots in their houses. So they come out of their houses with pots, they press them on the heads, and they beat them with a stick and say, we want ugali, we want ugali, we want ugali. So there have been demonstrations in Kenya because of drought and hunger, and the common man lacking something to eat. But now I can tell you for sure that yes, it has come to a time when we can say that now we'll have a harvest. So we are thanking God. So Mayuguno has come from nobody to somebody. His house is now complete, guys. Oh my God. Mayuguno's house is now complete. As you can see, it is now complete. Hey, hey. Guys are relaxing out there. I think they were sweeping and cleaning, and you can now see the house. Very complete. Oh my God. It was meant to be a store. But this is a house where Mayuguno, because it has a bathroom, I can see a separate bathroom there, a separate door there. It means that's the door to the bathroom. You can see the tank, meaning there is water. You can see the panel, meaning there is power. There is electricity, not electricity, solar power. I see somebody on the roof. And you can see all this is, today was the cleaning day. They are cleaning the tiles and removing the rubble. And you know, Mayuguno's English is hard, so listening to him will be difficult. But that's the message he's passing across. That his house is now complete. I see the mattresses. I see everything there. I think he's moving in today. So congratulations, Mayuguno. Guys, if you are new here, you're welcome. Please subscribe to this channel, and we are gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye.